Hey everybody, welcome to another video. This is Saggy Crayon, and welcome to another Hero Spotlight. In this spotlight, we're going to be looking at SaggyFarmer. SaggyFarmer is a 286 minimum quality hero, 200 quantity, and what I do with my full QQ, full quality quantity hero, is typically farming bunnies, elks, flamingos, and crabs for materials, or heading to the sewers and farming rats, giant rats, and bandits to help out some newer players' power level. If you're not sure what power leveling is, please check out my tutorial on power leveling. It is the fastest way to get to level 20, but essentially, in a nutshell, power leveling is just putting on a full set of experience gear and leeching quests in the sewers or elsewhere for some quest experience multiplied by your experience gear that you're wearing. Typically, these new players, Q-Bear, a Gripwalk, a Knock, they're not going to be in full experience gear or any experience gear, but still, here to help the boys farm up a little bit by doing some rat farms. Let's take a look at, you obviously see it playing in the background here, but let me sort of narrate how I'm doing the different rat farms here. You can tell that I do the same pattern every single time, and that's, hitting the mobs as I hit them in the correct order, grouping them together in a specific spot. I'll talk about why I choose that spot and the order that I go. We'll start with the giant rats. In the giant rats, here I am. The bottom rats, the bottom giant rats, are the first ones you want to hit because you can drag those to the top and they will not disengage. Whereas if you grab the top giant rats and pull them to the bottom, where the lower two giant rats are, they will disengage. So grab the bottom ones first, hit the top ones. I use these rats in between as sort of little springboards. 4 rock tiles in is where I stand because that's barely close enough to hit that furthest rat over here. And then I kite the second rat over here. Usually my guy will kill those rats, but sometimes he doesn't crit. And in that case, I'll get 8 full enemies engaged with me, grouping them in a specific spot. I direct the lower level heroes to grab an area of effect or AoE rune. Typically, I prefer a Cons rune, Consecrate Healing rune, but a Smoke Bomb or Whirlwind or whatever works, as long as they're not killing, as long as they're not strong and like killing the enemies. And you can see how I did the 8 rats there. You start at the top, swing down, do the 8, end it here in the middle, and boom. Full QQ farm. Perfect timed areas. You can get 16 mobs in. They spawn as soon as you get there, unless you're doing a really good job, then you gotta wait a couple seconds. Typically, people will ask you to do bandits. You can do bandits. There's no, at least I don't have a system for doing bandits in the perfect setup, since bandits is a little out of the way. Typically, I'll just do giant rats, giant rats. Let the boys grab some bandits if they need to, and just keep the farm going, because more often than not, you'll have a few people in the server kind of straggling in, staying with you as someone does a couple bandit quests or whatever. So there you go. That's how you do the rat farm. Let's take a look now at the bunny farm. As soon as I pick up the rest of this gear and clear out my inventory a bit. Alright, heading to bunnies. Before I go to bunnies, I do want to swing by the church. Ooh, a couple gifts on the ground. Leave them for a good boy or girl. Because I'm here to talk to Inger. And I'm looking for nothing. Looking for epic gear or a weapon with epic damage. Not this time. Ah, the bunny farm. Where I've spent many hours chopping down bunnies like trees. Back in the day, bunnies would drop idols, and boy, hey, who is killing my bunnies? Hold on a second, the video's gotta be paused while I hunt down this monster. Is he hiding? God damn it. Alright, as I was saying, I've spent a lot of time killing bunnies, back when bunnies used to drop idols. So let me show you how it's done. You can start anywhere, it's going to be a pretty large circle. And boom, bunny, boom, bunny. I usually shoot the gap here. Boom, bunny, shoot the gap through the trees here. Boom. And then you go down. Anytime you miss, I auto attack. Very low likelihood that they will dodge both. Knock out the flamingos. Move your way down. I skip these lucky guys and just go down to elks. All the way down. The camera tries to keep up. And that's pretty much the rotation. This is where I'll horse. Cover this distance to get to the bunnies. If you don't want to pick up loot or you drop loot along the way, like purposefully don't pick up loot along the way, that's fine. Because you're gonna be swinging back around in a moment anyway. The great part about the bunny farm is nobody has an opportunity to steal any of these bunnies, because if you do it perfectly, you are rocketing through before anybody has a chance to steal any of your farm. I guess I'll note what you do with the loot during the bunny farm. You want it, if you're really being careful, you want to check it for any QQ gear, any sprint gear on the shoes, but that's about it. Most of the time you're just salvaging. Ooh, got a rude Holf. Since it's the season, make some room for that. Let's get a cheer and spear. Alright, try that again. To get a cheer and spear. But the loot for bunnies, again, is for QQ and sprint. The loot for the rat farm is for selling to players. Or, of course, getting iron, leather, cloth, or mats. I keep all the runes because you want to be selling the runes for gold and using the gold you get from the runes to purchase squiggle gear, Cowl of Obscurity, Zap Necks from Yala and Inger. Alright, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, wait, before I go, let's look at the build. I know I already showed that we're doing a 288, 200, maximum quality is 286, 200 QQ. But let's go ahead and look at it. For the helm, I am not using a Cowl of Obscurity because this is not really a DPT build. I just gotta make sure I can kill a rat, which is not very hard. So for my build, specifically for my QQ build, this is a charge owl. I'm using 3 charge runes, an owl for some distance and reach that you saw especially in the sewers when I had to reach to hit that rat during the giant rat loop. So I got strength for the charge, spell crit, and global for the owl. The real bang is with the fire blast, so I want to get as high of owl stats way more important than the charge stats. But you know, strength doesn't hurt. 39 strength overall, but really it's an owl build. You want to get the highest DPT on your owl stats, on your int, your spell, and then the charge is really just there to one-hit bunnies, flamingos, elks, etc. The neck, oh, and of course, quality. 24 quality on the helm, can't forget that. The neck, high int, mana regeneration, spell crit, quality, quality, quality. The chest, really nice chest here, 29 qual, 52 quant. That's doing some big QQ stats for me there. The glove, 31 qual, 21 quant, strength, and global. I could definitely see myself changing this into an owl glove at some point. The rings, gotta love the Souls More 8-all rings. On the first one, 23 quality, can't beat that. A little spell crit, a little HP regen. On the next one, a little bit of a DPT ring here for the quality, 25 quality, 13 to all, a little bit of spell crit, very nice. For the belt, 38 quality, int, and mana regen, perfect. Pants, just like the body, 27 qual, 39 quant, mana regen, love that. For the boots, I got a little sprint on there. I've heard multiple opinions on having sprint on a QQ farming character. Some of the OGs swear by sprint on your QQ because you want to cover as much distance as possible. But in my experience, I'm covering distance with my charges. I'm not really walking to the mobs. So I'd rather have more DPT than sprint. Because I hate walking over top of loot. When I'm walking to pick up loot, that's when that sprint kicks in and I walk right over top of it. I feel like it slows me down. But I do have sprint on the boots, 15 qual, 18 quant, a little global, a little sprint. I don't know what I'm doing with sprint here. I really should change that out. But it has 6 int on it, some max mana, not bad. The trinket, 839 on the QQ. The wand, almost max damage. You know how it is. 20 quality, little spell crit. And the shield, it looks like we got 21 quality, 31 quantity for a grand total of perfect amount of QQ for the boys. The runes, 3 charges, 9 stun, 9 stun, 8 stun, a little damage. Doesn't really matter too much since my strength is so low. These don't really matter. But the fire blast sure does. That's how I mow down the rats. It's almost a max damage, max radius, max pushback. Really cool rune for the fire blast there. And there you go, boys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know I enjoy making these. If you did enjoy the video, please like the video, please comment so the algorithm can spread Isleward just a little bit. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.